There's a couple of moments that I love in this story today. The first one is that Jesus forgives this guy's sins, the guy that gets lowered through the roof. And the Pharisees start arguing amongst themselves and they say, who can forgive sins but God alone? Exactly. Exactly, Pharisees. That is the point. Sometimes we wonder, where in the Gospels does it talk about Jesus being God? This is one of the moments where it does that. Because it's like, if you did something that hurt me, so if you came and like headbutted me or something like that, what would I do? I would be like, because I'm, meant to be like kind and, I know Jesus says love your enemies. I would say, look, you have headbutted me, therefore I decide in this moment to forgive you. You are forgiven, you may go free, blah, blah, blah. But let's say that you headbutt me, and then some guy comes walking down the street and he looks at you and he says, I forgive you for headbutting Andy. What would I do in that situation? I would turn to this guy and I'd say, who the heck are you, mate? I'm the one that got headbutted. Why are you forgiving them? I'm the one that should be forgiving them. They haven't done anything to you. And then imagine this guy starts walking around. He just forgives everybody for whatever they've done. I forgive you for your sin. I forgive you for stealing. I forgive you for gossip. I forgive you for this. I forgive you for that. We'd be thinking, has this guy got some sort of God complex? That's what Jesus was doing. He was wandering around forgiving people's sins. And so the Pharisees say, only God can forgive sins. Exactly. Jesus is acting as if everything that anyone has ever done wrong is personally done against him. Because it is. Because it is. And this is one of those moments we see he clearly understands himself to be God. And then I love the next bit, right? Just after you get the bit about him forgiving everybody's sins, the next bit is you get the stuff about him hanging out with all the sinners. He forgives sins and he hangs out with sinners. It's like, I'll forgive you. It's wrong. It shouldn't happen. I do choose to forgive. And also, I just want to hang around with you. I want to spend my time with you. He hangs out with Levi, who is a tax collector, which that meant he was a traitor to the people of Israel. And again, the Pharisees just don't understand him. It's like, what is he doing? He's meant to be a rabbi. He's meant to be some sort of holy guy, and he's hanging around with those guys. And what this says to me is, what an incredible God that we worship, that he hangs around with people that you just think he shouldn't. And the only qualification you need and I need for being a friend of Jesus, the only qualification we need for being in his party is to be a sinner. If you're not a sinner, if you've never done anything wrong, then you got some problems there. But if you are a sinner, if you are broken, if you have got it wrong, welcome to the party. Jesus has come for people like us. And that's why we call this the gospel. In other words, that's why it's called good news.